When we first started brewing in 2004, we had no idea that we would be selling to international markets. We were a small brewery doing 4 or 5 barrels a week. We've grown quite considerably since then. We started doing our first bottle conditioned beer in 2010, and really it was at that point we thought, now we're producing bottle conditioned beers, should we be looking outside of the UK? Primarily, you have to have confidence in your own product, and what works in the UK, in theory, should work in other markets as long as you target the right customers to approach. So you have to have some synergy with your taste profile, your branding. So there's obviously a lot of people trying to get out into the markets, lots of brilliant UK breweries. For us in particular, it's all about quality and tradition, doing what we do as well as we can, building into it some of our real locality, so using the fact that we use local maltings from Warminster, the fact that we are a family brewery, and we've got something to talk about. There's a personality behind the brewery.
So we start at the morning about 8 o'clock, where the brewers come in to mash the grains, mixing the crushed malt with hot liquor. There it sits for an hour while the enzymes do their work. And then we get to this stage, which is sparging, where we're flushing more hot liquor through the bed of grains to create sweet wort, which is pumped into the copper.
I think the challenge with exporting is that each market is so different. You have to do your research to find the right partner in each market for you, to know that your product is something that their customers want to buy. The important thing as well is that to look at the exchange rate that you have. So we always sell ex-sellers in sterling. Obviously the markets move all of the time, and one year you can be very competitively priced. If their currency weakens, then all of a sudden you could lose your market share in that country. With the export experience we've had so far, some of our customers have come to us, and in other instances we've done research into those markets to find a partner that would suit us. And I think that's the important thing. You have to do a certain amount of research, look at products that they're already selling, look at how they sell, look at the size of business that they are, and are you going to be a good component to add into their overall business.
This is the copper, and we're collecting the wort from the mash tun, and when the copper's full and it comes to boil, we add the hops to give the flavour to the beer. We've got 2 types of hops. For this beer, these are English hops to add the bitterness to the beer, and we have some American hops which we use to add the aroma.
So in the last 18 months, we've concentrated really on core larger markets like the USA. We're just looking at Hong Kong, China and Japan, and really to get that balance of efficiency of scale. It has to be worth your investment to go into that market. All of our exports are ex-works brewery, sold in sterling with duty suspended. Before we undertake any fulfilment of an order, we obviously have to do a certain amount of due diligence to check that the person that we're selling to, A, is a legitimate business, have the correct licenses in place, and that the end receiving warehouse is a legitimate warehouse. So that's just something to make sure we can say to HMRC, we've done our end, we know where our beer is going. And also, because it's ex-works, that means the customer sends in the transporter to collect the products from us. Now, we don't have a duty suspension guarantee, but that's not a problem because we can use the freight forwarders. All you need to do is know that it's a legitimate freight forwarder, and they ask for their number, and you can easily check that with HMRC. EMCS is actually a very straightforward procedure. You have to become registered to be able to use it, but once that's in place, it really is very easy to use. When you have your purchase order, you go onto the HMRC system, put in the relevant details, it becomes verified, it gives you a unique ARC code which goes on the documentation, and really that is it. The end result is that once the goods have been receipted in the country it's consigned to, that the EMCS movement is then finished. But it's a very simple process in reality. The chief documentation, if you don't want to get involved with it, you don't have to. You can use your transporter to do that, and they will do that very happily for you. My top tip for a company looking to start exporting their beer would be to persevere. Don't give up. It takes a long time to develop relationships, to find the right company, but when you do, you'll be very glad you did.